housekeeper, used to make us stay in bed when we were sick.
Well, there's no reason to stay in bed just because you got a cold.
Miss Pearl's not our housekeeper anymore because she broke her hips.
Hip. One hip.
How do you know? Do you know her?
No, I don't know her. But your father told me about it.
You're a better cook than Miss Pearl. She was real old. Yeah, and she had a lot of skin hanging off her arm right here. And her brassiere strap was always falling down.
Well, that happens to the best of us.
I wish you didn't have to go work at McDonald's. When do you find out about that?
Well, actually, I'm expecting a phone call this afternoon.
We know a boy who worked at McDonald's. They made him wear a paper hat. I bet they make you wear one, too. Unless they think your head's too big.
You know, a lot of people think that already. Anyway, this is going to be the first McDonald's in Cuba. Hey, I almost forgot. As you guys are stuck in the house all day, I made up something for you this afternoon to play with.
What are they?
Well, these are little telephones. See, I had some Dixie cups, and I found some extra string, and you can play along with them if you want.
What are you supposed to do?
Well, you put one cup up to your ear, and you talk into the other one. Call.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? I don't like this game. This is dumb. Really dumb.
Yeah, you're right. You're too old for this, too. See, I haven't been around a lot of kids lately. I'll tell you what. Why don't we play some poker?
All right. I could go for some 5-card draw. So what are we going to use for chips?
Oh, we'll use matchsticks.
We're not allowed to play with matches.
Then we'll find some buttons.
Shouldn't you be working on my birthday cake?
I have your birthday cake under control, so don't you worry about it.
You gotta be in the shape of a bear. I want a bear.
Well, I don't happen to have a cake mold for a bear. This is a mold left over from my prison cooking class.
What's it gonna be in the shape of?
A woman. But I'll make it into the shape of a bear. Don't you worry.
Dad's gonna call to check on us. You better not say we're playing poker.
Oh, I'm gonna lie to your father. I'll tell him we're doing lots of things. You know, we're eating, we're sitting up, we're talking.
Full house. We're playing poker.
Did they take their medicine? Good. Don't forget, they have to take it again at 3. Yeah. Matchsticks? No, I don't think we have any. A box of buttons? What for? What kind of collage?
Oh, ask him if Manny called about the franchise.
Did you hear from Manny? Not yet. Listen, we're starting a staff meeting here, but let me know if the boys need anything. A sack of dried beans?
No, I don't. I'll call you guys later.
Bye.
Oh, I'm really nervous about that McDonald's franchise. If it doesn't come through, Pop's gonna be devastated.
There's something bad going on at home, something that involves matches and beans.
Sounds to me like they're going to blow something up.
All right, let's get this meeting underway. Mavis, you have an update on the grain export bill?
Yeah, I just finished the status report. It'll be on everyone's desk after lunch. The main thing is Senators Dodd and Mitchell are coming around. Are you listening to me?
Yes, that's great. Billy, do you have anything?
Well, one of our constituents has requested that we fly this above the Senate so that his deceased chihuahua can be buried in it.
Excuse me, we don't fly flags over the Senate so that constituents can bury their pets in them. So, Mavis, please send a very respectful letter to Mr.
Purina.
Saying it will be done immediately along with a dozen roses and our condolences.
I have something.
Yes, Adam?
It's regarding the annual Capitol Hill Club talent show.
Oh, I really don't think we need to spend office time discussing this again.
But you know it's this Friday, and I'm having writer's block on our routine.
Writer's block? I thought you guys were just gonna do an old Marvelettes song and throw in a couple of jokes.
Well, that makes it a sketch.
Why don't you get somebody else to play my part? I'm not really all that keen on wearing a dress.
Yeah, me either.
Come on, you guys should be ashamed. All those ticket sales are going to buy a lot of toys for a lot of orphans this Christmas.
I have nothing against orphans, Mavis. I'd just like to find some way to help them without having my legs waxed.
Also, Miss Starr is going to need one more measuring session for our dresses.
I really don't like this. If this is oldies but goodies, why can't we just be the Temptations?
Because we have to do Please Mr. Postman. The sketch is about the House post office scandal, and that's the only song in the history of rock and roll that was ever written about a post office. And it was sung by the Marvelettes.
Well, why don't we just let Mavis and Georgie do it?
Billy, we've been all over this. The women performed last year, the men performed this year. Why are you being so whiny?
I don't know, Mavis. I guess it's just that time of the month.
Well, I think this meeting is over. Miss Lottie, may I see you in my office?
Now?
Yes, now.
Don't go. It's a trick. It's got candy in there.
We need to talk.
You know, I really wish you wouldn't give me those sexual looks during staff meetings. It's very unprofessional.
Yeah, well, will you do me a favor? Don't sit at the desk with your legs propped up like that anymore.
Why not?
It's not ladylike.
Eat dirt.
Kiss me.
Wait. We made a pact we weren't going to do this at work. So you think about baseball scores and I'll think about recipes.
You don't cook.
I know, that's what makes it so hard.
Oh, God, you know, the problem is we never have any time to be alone. We're always with the kids or your dad or we're at work.
I know.
I just wish we could have a little privacy.
Well, we were alone once.
Yeah, but one time in the car does not a sex life make. Frankly, I'm getting a little tired of always having to grope you in the foreign food section at Safeway.
By the way, I've been meaning to tell you we should switch to the motor oil aisle. Nobody's ever there. You think we'd be like this if we were married?
Oh, God, if we were married and I could make love to you all the time, I'd be dead.
I'm in an apartment. Okay, we gotta stop. We need professional help. We're acting like animals. Hi, I'm a Pulitzer Prize nominee. Did I ever tell you that?
Yeah, congratulations again.
Excuse me. I just wanted to get Mr. Hartman's measurements again. I need that knee crotch inseam. But now is probably not a good time.
That's very perceptive, Miss Starr.
Oh, no, Miss Starr, please come on in. Mr. Hartman was just trying to help me find an earring that got lost in my blouse.
Was there something you wanted, Miss Starr?
Well, I really do need to remeasure you and Mr. Davis for your Marvelette costumes. Tomorrow is the final fitting, and those dresses have got to be skin tight.
Yes, well, maybe you could come back later in the day when I'm not so busy.
Oh, I get it. You mean after the earring hunt is over?
Thank you. That will be all, Miss Starr.
All righty, happy hunting. Oh, Miss Lottie, I have a phone message for you. I almost forgot. Here you go.
Thank you. This is from my dad?
That's right.
I can't read this.
I know. It seems like some sort of secret code or something. All it says is, Manny called, no golden arches in Havana.
What are you doing out here? It's cold.
No, it's not cold. I'm having a little brandy with my cigar. Where's everybody?
Well, Hartman's upstairs helping the boys with their homework, and I just finished wrapping Elliot's birthday present. Pop, would you mind telling me why your suitcase is out on your bed?
Well, honey, it's time I found my own place.
If you're not even working, how can you afford your own apartment?
Oh, don't worry about me. I got all kinds of irons in the fire.
I won't let you do this. I want you near me.
Listen, you don't have any say in the matter. I'm the guy that used to change your diapers. You shouldn't smoke.
You know, it's funny. After all the bad things that have happened to us lately, these past few weeks have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm. When I was in prison, I used to lie on my bunk and sort of let my life pass before me. Probably did it 6 or 7 times a day. And what I found out was that the greatest moments in my life were all from yours. Like the first day I brought you home from the hospital. I never knew babies' heads smelled so good. But that's the greatest thing in the world. They ought to bottle it and call it baby's head cologne. So, you know, I think about that and your first day at school.
I remember when you were room mother and you were supposed to bring refreshments. And you brought 30 cans of chili with little openers.
I was thinking the other day when I was on the bus to the Lincoln Memorial, I was remembering the first time I brought you here. You couldn't have been more than 5 years old. And I was pointing out the monuments to George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, all the great men of our country. And then you said, okay, now let's go find the women. That just knocked me out.
Well, you always made me feel like anything was possible.
No. That was your grandmother. She's the one who wanted you to be a writer.
No, it was you. I remember when I thought I was going to win a Pulitzer. I had this little speech that went something like, I want to thank my grandmother for starting the dream, and my teachers for encouraging the dream, and my friends for understanding the dream. And I want to thank my father for making me the dreamer.
You gotta stop. You're killing me. You know, I'd give up my life if your mother could see what you turned out to be.
Great, now you're gonna make me cry.
Here, blow your nose. Wipe it, too.
Well, at least some things never change. Your handkerchief still smells like a cigar.
That's okay. Your head still smells like a baby.
What are you doing now?
Oh, I can sleep. Worried about my pop. I thought you already wrapped Elliot's present.
Yeah, I did, but this is his 18-wheeler. I had to wait till he was asleep so I could get it out of the Jeep. I hate when you do that. You're worse than the kids.
Sorry. Look, Hartman, I know we had a deal about my pop staying here for 2 weeks. But that's when we all thought the franchise was going to go through.
Yeah?
And now that it didn't, I was kind of hoping maybe the deal would be off.
Why are you smoking again?
I was smoking. I'm upset. I mean, we can't just turn him out. He's my pop.
We're not going to just turn him out. He'll find a place to live and we'll help him.
He doesn't just need a place. He needs family, and that's what I am.
Look, Georgiana, if it were just me living here, it would be different. But I've got Ben and Elliot to think about.
Ben and Elliot adore him.
I know. I'm not prepared for this. I mean, you staying here is one thing, but...
Oh, I see. I'm supposed to accept your family, but mine doesn't count.
No, that's not fair. We're talking about 2 little kids. It's not the same thing as your dad.
Really? That is the most insulting thing I think I've ever heard. I'm sorry. He may not be little, he may not be young, but that man sleeping upstairs is my family. As a matter of fact, he's the only one that I have ever had. If he is not welcome here, then I'm not welcome here. That's the end of that story. You can put that away. I'm finished sliming it.
Go ahead, boy. Give it your best blow.
Oh, one more! Yeah!
I wished for real poker chips.
Hey, that's some cake there, son. What do you think?
Is that supposed to be a bear?
Sure it is. Don't you see the ears and the nose?
Boy, I've never seen a bear with such a little waist.
That bear's in great shape.
That bear has a bust. It looks like a Playboy bear.
That's definitely a bear. Any fool could see that.
Hey, pal, open this one up first. I hate to run, but I gotta write a speech for the senator.
Okay, but you're coming to my real party tomorrow at the zoo, aren't you?
Hey, it's your birthday. I'll do whatever you tell me.
This is great. Really, it's excellent. What's in it?
I'm sorry, we can't reveal that. It's an old family recipe.
Oh, it's a book.
Yeah, that's right. See? It's the biography of Elliot Hartman. Remember I told you that sometimes I write people's life stories and you wanted me to write yours?
Yeah.
Well, this is it. I've even illustrated it. Look, there's you looking at the moon.
Hey, Dad, look what Miss Whitey gave me.
Oh, God, I see. This is great.
Great. That's as nice as any Norman Rockwell print.
Oh, Pop, that's ridiculous.
I think this could use a little rum.
Well, I gotta go to work. Don't wait up for me. Happy birthday, little cookie.
Thanks for writing my life story.
My pleasure. I'll see you at the zoo.
Hey, Dad, read it.
Okay, let's see. There once was a boy named Elliot, and his first word he ever said was moon.
How does she know that?
Yes, I told her. Sometimes Elliot's dad would wrap him in a blanket and take him outside, and together they would sit for hours and watch the bright yellow ball floating across the dark night sky, lost in a beautiful sea. And Elliot's dad would say, "Some men go to the moon, my son, And some men only dream of it. I wonder which you'll be. But Elliot wasn't listening anymore. He was already too busy pointing his finger at the bright yellow ball floating across the dark night sky, saying, moon, 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 me. Well, I guess I better get going. I've got this stupid talent show I have to be in.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't know about the show?
No, that you had talent.
Mr. Lottie, can I talk to you for a minute?
What is it?
Well, I've been thinking, I've got this attic. It's really just going to waste. My ex-wife loves to decorate, and I was thinking maybe you'd like to live there.
What the hell would I want to live in your attic for?
I just thought you'd like a little more privacy.
I've been in prison for 2 years. I had privacy. I want to see some people.
Yeah, I just thought you might, like...
No, look, John. I really appreciate everything that you've done for me and my daughter, and I intend to pay you back.
Oh, you don't have to. Your daughter already has. I mean, just by being who she is.
You know, she's my whole life. She always has been. My wife died right after she was born. I used to sit and stare at Georgie Ann for hours. People would say, boy, are you in for it now. With a little baby like that, you'll never sleep. And I remember thinking, who would want to?
It's the same when Ben and Elliot were born. I used to wake them up 5, 6 times a night just to take their picture.
No, I never did that. I hired a portrait painter. Now, thank goodness Georgie looks like her mother. I mean, not that I'm a bad-looking guy, but for a woman, this could be deadly.
You never stop worrying about them, do you? No matter how big they get, they're still your baby.
That's right. Everybody loves their baby. Yeah. So, what about you? You love my baby?
Yes, I do. I love your baby very much.
Basically, what are your intentions here?
My intentions are to keep on loving her until I die.
You may not be aware of this, John, but when Georgie was 17, a client of mine, who incidentally happened to be a friend of the King of Jordan, offered me $10 million to let him marry her.
Really? That's impressive.
Well, he only offered $3 million for Joy Heatherton. You ever hear of Harry Weitzman?
Harry Weitzman?
He's the most decorated fighter pilot in the Israeli Air Force. He breaks the sound barrier as a hobby. He also incidentally carries in his hip pocket an engagement ring with Georgie Ann's initials on it, should she ever change her mind.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Just that, for some inexplicable reason, I think you have the inside track here. Don't screw it up.
What would you say if I offered you a job?
What kind of job?
Well, basically doing what you've been doing. You know, cooking, taking care of my kids, only being paid, like Mr. Belvedere.
You know, I just happen to be a former president of the American Trial Lawyers Association.
Ever since Miss Pirtle broke her hip, I can't find anybody.
That's very, very flattering.
Look, I'm very serious. I know you think that I'm doing this for Georgie, but I could really use the help.
I suppose I could help you out for a while. Until I get my future more mapped out. I really don't mind your kids. They're great kids. In fact, I've learned a lot from them.
Really? Like what?
Well, for example, I never knew my head was big. But Elliot just kept bringing it up, and finally I took a good hard look in the mirror, and I'll be damned, he's right. My head is big. I always wondered why I had such trouble getting hats. Now I know.
Well, see, there you go. The job perks are rolling in already.
Have you heard from that congressman you're dating?
Well, Marvelette number 2. No, honey.
Well, don't expect to if you use the house post office. Between subpoenas, indictments, and bribes, there ain't no room in the mailbag for anything else.
I guess we all know now why they hang pictures of America's Most Wanted there.
I talked to Pop on the phone. And I just want you to know that I will probably never, ever love you as much as I do right now at this moment.
Nor I, you. I don't usually talk that way, but I just came off the stage.
I don't want you to talk at all.
Baby, take off your coat real slow. Baby, take off your shoes. Yeah, take your shoes. Baby, take off your dress. Yes, yes, yes. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. You can leave your hat on. I'm going over there. Turn off all the lights. No, all the lights.